Hey guys, welcome back to another video of preaching chords for beginners. Today was a good day. Happy Sunday to everyone watching. Man, it was such a good day at church. Oh my gosh. The fire of God definitely fell, and it was bananas. It was really crazy. It was electric. Like Holy Spirit definitely not that he isn't there, but just it was crazy. It was fire today. It was so fire today. But today we are back with another video. Last video we were in the key of E, but today we're in the key of F. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. So here's the key of F. Okay. Alright, so we got the key of F today. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Also, and before we really dive in, thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for everyone who watched the tutorial in the key of E flat. That one went crazy. Like the view, I kept watching the views just go up and up and up, and I'm just so grateful for you guys' support. That really means a lot to me. So wow, I'm still in awe. I'm still in awe. But yeah, let's go and get into it. So we're in the key of F today. So all right, so we got so the key of F, F is our 1, G is 2, A is 3, B flat is 4, C is 5, D is 6, E is 7, and then back to the 1, which is F. And that does make an octave as well. So so we're going to get into the left hand once again. For your left hand, you are going to implement your tritone. So what a tritone is, it is a dyad. Di means 2, D-I-A-D. The first 2 letters of dyad is D-I. So those 2 letters mean the number 2. So there's 2 notes that you have. It's the major 3 of a note and then the flat 7, or minor 7th rather. So the key in the key of F, your major 3rd is going to be A, and you can find that by going up just 3 half steps. So we're going to start at A and then just count out 3 half steps. So F, and then G, G sharp, and A natural. So we have that, and then we want to start at F once again. So we're going to find our minor 7, which is E flat. So we're going to count just 2 half steps down. So going backwards from F, you're just going to count to E natural and then E flat. And that's how you find your tritone. And then the way you play your tritone is interchangeable. You can play them with the E flat on the bottom or with the A on the bottom. Okay, so we are gonna get into that. So your left hand is doing just nothing but tritones. So to begin, we're going to start on the 3 of F, which is G, the 3 of F, which is A, but we're going to implement and use our tritones starting with G. So, okay, that's going to be our 3 chord. So place your pinky on G, and then your index finger on D flat. And then you're going to slide up. You're going to use your ring finger right here to pivot to A flat, and then your index finger lets go, and then your thumb comes in on D natural. Okay, so your ring finger and then your thumb should be on A flat and D respectively. So that's going to be your 4, by the way. So we start on our 3. Okay, pinky on G, index finger on D flat, slide up 1, your ring fingers on A flat, and then your pointer fingers on D natural. Okay, and then to go to your up chord. And then your up chord, a lot of times when you're like, if you're in a band, so for example, the band that I'm in at church, we don't say diminished, like in the heat of like high praise, we just say up or down. So, and that'll indicate a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times it'll be like the diminished chord. So your diminished chord is going to consist of all minor thirds. So this is a fully diminished chord. That's just an example. I play the a B natural diminished chord, B to D, D to F, F to A flat, and just doubled it in my right hand. So, but for this, for the tritone, we're going to use place your pinky on F, your index finger on B, and then this is gonna feel different. Get used to like find a spot for like, as far as your fingers are concerned, find what's comfortable for you, because that's going to be really good for you in the long run. So as you're practicing these, it'll become second nature. So pinky on F, index finger on B, and then you're going to slide. It's kind of weird. So you're going to pick up your hand and place your pinky on E natural and your index finger on B flat. So okay, and then after you do that, you're going to place your ring finger. On E flat for the 1 chord, and then you're going to place your thumb on A natural. And so now we're back at the 1. So I'm going to do it slowly. So 3, which is A, 4 to the B flat. Okay, and then F and B with your pinky and your index finger up. And then to the 5 chord, which is C. So ring finger on E, thumb on B flat. And then back to the 1. So your thumb on A natural, and then your ring finger on E flat. And then once you practice that over time, it'll get comfortable. It does feel weird at like to begin, like especially when I first started mine. I was really implementing a lot of these chords on organ first, and it did feel weird. Like my left hand consisted of just straight tritones the whole time. But the more you practice it, the more it'll feel more natural to you. So we got that. Okay, and then so to resolve as well, you could go to the plain one, which is just an F dominant 7th chord, which consists of F, which is your 1, major 3rd, which is A, and we count 3 half steps. So from F, count G, G sharp, A, and then we need the 5 of our chord as well. So count up another 3 half steps to get to our 5, which is C. So don't count A, you're just going to count B flat. So B flat, B natural, and then C. And then we just need another 3 half steps. Also, to get from a major dyad is 4 half steps. A minor dyad is 3 half steps. So from F to A, we counted 4. I don't think I count 4 at first, but it does consist of 4 half steps. And then the minor dyad is just 3 half steps, that's all. So A, 1, 2, 3. And then so from C to E flat, that is a minor dyad. So we want to get that minor dyad in there instead of C to E natural. From C to E natural, that is a major. We want a minor. So C, and then just 3 half steps. And that's your plain 1 chord. That's your F dominant 7th chord. So, and then another way I like to play my 1 chords, I like the churchy chords. So to get that, I have my pinky on the 1, which is F still, and then I have my thumb on D natural, and then my index finger on E flat. So it's like a pinch of the major 6 and then the minor 7. And then, so that's your diminished. So place your index finger on B, and then your thumb is still on D natural. And then you're going to slide your index finger and your thumb up just 1/2 step to C and E flat respectively. B and D, C and E flat. So we got that pinch still, so major 6 and minor 7 together, D and E flat with your thumb on D, and then your index finger on E flat, and then index finger goes to B, and then both your B and your D slide up, so your index finger goes to C, and then your thumb goes to E flat. Okay, so like that. And then, so for our right hand though, we're going to get into our chordals. So once again, in the previous videos, I like to explain the chordals concept as thinking in fourths. Think of the direction of the circle of fourths. And so for those who don't know the circle of fourths, all that is just a perfect fourth. So you count up 5 half steps from, so we need to start on our 3, but we're going to start on the 2 of F, which is G. And then just to get from F to G, that's a whole step. So a whole step is 2 steps. So F sharp, G. So we want to count up 5 half steps to C. So G, A flat, A, B flat, B natural, C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So going up, it's chordals, it's perfect fourths, but coming back down, it is perfect fifths. So it's either direction, but that's another lesson for another day. So, but we still want the 1 on our right hand. So to get to the 1 on the right hand, you just want to count up another 5 half steps, excuse me, from C to F. So don't count C, you just count the next step up. So C, okay, and then so D flat, D, E flat, E, E natural, F. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the 3 chord. So we'll start on A. Okay, your pinky stays the same on F, and then your index finger stays the same on C, but your thumb slides up to A flat. And then for that fullness, I like to add in the major 6, which is D natural. So D is right next door to C, which is a whole step over. So it's basically doubling up the tritone in the left hand, which is A flat and D. And then you'll place your thumb stays on, your thumb goes to A flat, your index finger stays on C, your middle finger joins and goes on D, and then your pinky stays at the 1, which is F. But for this next chord, it is a diminished chord. So all your diminished chord is going to be just the minor dyads combined together. So A flat to B is a minor dyad. A flat, we're going to count up 3 half steps. So A flat with your thumb. Your thumb is going to rest on A flat. Your index finger is going to rest on B natural. Your middle finger is still on D, and then your pinky is still on F. So that's our up chord or diminished chord. So you can play, if you're playing bass too, you can play a 2 on there, which is G. You can play B natural. You could play anything in that diminished scale. And then to our 5 chord, we're going to come back and implement the chordals concept. So that would be your 4, major 4 or perfect fourth from the key of F, which is B flat. So F, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps. And then from B flat to E flat is 5 half steps. So B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So B flat, B natural, C, D flat, D natural, and E flat. Okay, and then your last note, which is going to be A flat. So from E flat to A flat, it's going to be another 5 half steps. So E flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So E flat, E natural, F, G flat, G natural, and A flat. So your thumb rests on B flat, your index finger rests on E flat, and then your pinky rests on A flat. Or another thing too, I like to play an A flat major chord, first inversion. So the first inversion of that, I like to do this a lot of time on organ. So and keys too, but just I really learned it first on organ. So A flat, C, and E flat. That's just a normal A flat chord, but this is the root version, by the way. And then to get that major dyad, we want to count up 4 half steps. So A flat, A natural, B flat, B, C, and then from C to E flat is a minor dyad. So C, and then C sharp, D, and E flat. But this is the root version. So root version, A flat, C, E, E flat. First inversion, C, E flat, A flat. But I like the second inversion. So E flat, A, C. And then just listen to how this sounds. So, oh wait. Like, I like that too. But that can work as well as the chordals concept, B flat, E flat, and A flat. And then you're going to go to, you can go to the plain one, which consists of, so as long as your pinky is on the 1 of whatever chord, like we need whatever chord we're in, we need that highest embellishment to be the 1 chord, because it is at that moment, especially when it's high and the atmosphere is high, Holy Spirit is really doing his thing, and your pastor or your bishop is really just going crazy. Well, not going crazy, but just really ministering, and he's very energetic. He's emphasizing everything, and we want to just make sure that we hone in on that 1. And then if you're on organ, that Leslie, like when it's really high, that Leslie should be on tremolo. Your expression pedals should be floored all the way down. Your drawbars should be out. Yeah, your drawbars should be really out. So you can play the plain one with your pinky resting there. Your thumb is on A natural. Index finger on C. Ring finger on E flat. And then of course your pinky is still on the 1. Or I like the churchy one. Okay, so this is a major, this is a G minor 7th chord. So here's the 1. Okay, so we got G to B flat. I'm going to break this down for you. So G to B flat. We're going to count up 3 half steps. So G, we're not counting G, I'm just referencing G. So A flat, A natural, B flat. So that's our first dyad. But from B flat to D, we need a major dyad on that. So to go major instead of minor, we need 4 half steps. So we're referencing B flat, and then we're going to count 4 half steps. So B natural, C, D flat, and D. And then your pinky's on the 1 still. D to F, that's a minor dyad, which means you need 3 half steps. So D for our reference, and then E flat, E natural, and F. Okay, so this is unresolved still, but so we need to resolve it. So we're gonna go diminished. Okay, so your thumb is on A flat, your index finger is on B natural, your middle finger's on D, and then your pinky's on F. But it's still unresolved, so we got to get back to the 1. So we did this first chord first. So your G minor 7th, and then your F7 add 6, diminished, and then we want to go back to the 1. So in your right hand, once again, that plain 1. Well, you can use it as a plain 1. So this is where we want to use it. So A natural with your thumb, your index finger on C, your pinky on F still, and then your ring finger is on E flat. So now it's resolved, and then now you can go back into whatever. You can go back to the 3, you can go to the 1. I like a lot of times when your pastor, when he's like kind of pausing from, not really pausing, but when he starts exhorting, I like to do the 1 1 1. So make sure that you definitely want to make sure that your band is intact and aligning with you, especially if you're like on the main keys, or if you're on organ, or honestly, it doesn't matter, whoever's leading, just know that, you know, your band needs to be with you. So I really, and I did this today, like my band, the band and I, we implemented this today. So we did 1 1 1 1 1. So just 1 1 1. And so for example, and then we did it again, like just something like that, and it was good. It was crazy. I had one of the patches, and we have a Roland Juno. So think of this, but like bigger, like 88 keys and weighted. I think the keys are semi-weighted. I don't remember, but there's this patch on there where you can combine with like patch perform keys, like a normal piano sound, grand piano, or 88 studio keys, and jump poly brass, and it sounded so good. Oh my gosh, it sounded so good. So it was crazy. So it would be like, and then your drummer would be like just straight cymbals, and then everyone else would be out or not playing. Everyone would be not playing. So 1 1 1, and then you're getting that from the main key. It was crazy today. But instead of F, we did it in the key of E flat, which was bananas. It was so crazy. But yeah, so one more time, I'm just gonna go through and count, just count us up. So beginning with the with A, which is our 3 of F. So this is what everything should sound like from left to right. Got G and C, D flat in your left hand. Got your chordal in the right hand. And then go up just a half step. And then go up. And then go to your 5 chord. And then resolve to, you could go here, unresolved, still unresolved, and then to the 1. Or you could just go to the 1. And, you know, just, you can do some embellishments around there. I like to do the F minor runs, well, F blues runs, with the blues scale. So something like that, like resolving your diminished, you know, just something like that to you know, just embellish around the preaching chords. So, but yes, thank you guys so much. for watching. That concludes our lesson in the key of F for preaching chords for beginners. If you guys have any questions about anything, just please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you just understand everything, whether it's music theory, whether it's understanding placement, and you know, when to and where to in like high praise at church, during praise and worship. It could be about flowing on keys. It could be about flowing with strings. It could be about any of the previous lessons that I did in my previous videos. Just let me know. I would love to help you guys. Once again, thank you guys for my for all the views on the E flat, the E flat tutorial, and then shout out to all my new subscribers within the last week, within the last 2 weeks. It's been insane. Like, God has just been so good, and I'm just grateful to be a part of everything that he's doing and everything that's going on. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share for more. And then on my social medias, please like, subscribe. Well, please like, follow, share, repost, because I know Instagram has that new repost feature going on. And then comment. Thank you guys for your support. This really means a lot, and I aspire to just keep going and sharing all my knowledge and everything that I know about preaching chords with all of you guys, with the entire world. So thank you guys, and stay tuned for the next video. All right, thank you guys so much.